Our alternate future of the world series. Like, what is it? Episode 23? Not sure. I'll tell you if I do. Well, you'll definitely know once it's before you watch it, if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, I think it's like 23. With up to 21 being all the World War III. I think it's about 23. And now the war begins. And yeah, between the Qing dynasty and what were those forces? No, they may have been the communist forces. I know they're the dictator that's pro-Russia. And they crossed into the Qing dynasty in a surprise invasion. The People's Republic is what they turned their name to. They push up to the Manchukuo border and cross into the Qing dynasty. With them doing this. And they continue their advance into the Qing dynasty with no resistance because it was with very little resistance. But some resistance does start, which is how they get pushed back. Although there is resistance, they just get forces sent from their allies of Turkey, Iraq, and Russia, which are big, big forces. Because this time, they're angry. After losing 4 wars, I can imagine how angry people would get and desperate to win. But Turkey didn't lose many wars. They were just betrayed by the West. Which seems possible. Like, with the Qing dynasty collapsing to the authoritarian China. Which countries start to fear that border them? With propaganda on there from them being spread throughout the countries, which is scary. Negative propaganda. Evil propaganda is being spread. But look, they have expanded. High alert is put on this border, this border, this border, and this border. Mongolia decides to annex this land. I just want them to, kind of. Iran is on the good side now. But Russia tries the same thing again, an invasion of Kazakhstan, which would think Russia would try the same thing when the country is weakened. Yes, Siberia, why don't you get involved? With Siberia with almost no military to call their own, very isolated. And Kazakhstan gets weapons sent in, but they figured out a way to get less weapons. And what do I mean by less weapons? They just went towards the capital and north of it. And they cut off this border that lots of supplies is coming in. Uzbekistan is another way it's coming in. And this is the second Kazakh-Russo-Kazakh war, with anger from the last one not being a true victory that is pushed ahead. And I will be right back. Encirclement there, but Russia's pushing in to the south now, trying to cut off more supply borders, and they push up towards the north, with Kazakhstan attempting another counteroffensive. Although they are on the W now, doesn't mean what will happen in the future, which looks kind of hellish. Yeah. And then they get these forces to push south, cutting off these offensive forces. Yeah, let's say they were offensive forces. That makes no sense. And they encircle Astana again. Yeah, Kazakhstan. Do you not know how to not get your capital? Okay. They're around there. Well, they took it. This is the biggest force. It's kind of like how Chechnya went from an L to a W. And they push up here. They thicken this front with their fat forces. No, that's a joke. But you could use them to do that. And they cut off more forces. They're trying to get rid of all economical aid. But this authoritarian Russia renames itself the USSR. And the people are fighting as hard as they can. But nobody expected was a big invasion to the south in the Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Kyrgyzstan. And as this goes, they just slam in. Relations are different now. And I know all the relations now because I've been making this series for a while. And yeah, they did cross into Afghanistan twice. And Afghanistan is like, what? And they're like, oops. Our forces will leave any moment now. Momentarily. Once the war is over, you can kick them out now. And they just leave. Yeah. If only it was actually that easy. And they annex all of this. With their troops marching into Siberia. Not normal. They don't enter normal. They just basically take it over. Because nobody helps Siberia. Sad but true. And now, Russia has more oil. You know who needs worry now? Mongolia, surrounded by two evil people. Their choices are stay neutral, get split in half, get partitioned again, or join the West. Which is basically oppressing the East. South and North Ukraine is basically where Russia forced all the Russians to live, so they didn't have to be in trouble in the future. They did that. With countries such as Chad, with some countries such as Egypt, Well, they get forced to join this union. With them realizing what was actually going on, a lot of people leave the two unions so they can pick what team they want to join. Yeah. Morocco turns towards the World Treaty Organization along with Tunisia. But this is not long before the pact starts collapsing. Of nations leaving, seeing what was going on. Except the few that want to join. Instead of calling it the East African Federation, I think we can call it the... Yeah. You need to give it a better name. With this pact officially fading away. The contest to control all of Africa starting. With South Africa, who wanted an empire, in a rough spot. South Africa tells its nations to join so they can form the South African Confederation, which actually does work out and happen. And they annex more land. With Earl and Russia having done. With the European Federation getting more hungry, and the Nordic Federation wants to now join. But some nationalistic countries, such as Hungary, won't join. None of these countries will join. And Turkey's just there, counting till the West is weakened. Which it kind of does start happening. How big Russia is. It basically did nothing to stop it. Look how big the West African Federation is getting. Colombia and neighbors vote to unite. After deciding to form Grand Colombia. But I think that might be a part of one of them there. With the Pacific America and the West and the Atlantic America finally voting to reunite. Which is major. Because they've been split since the Civil War. Canada's big. Quebec. Well, something massive happens. Canada joins the U.S. Yeah. And Quebec finally agrees to join as a French area. Well, Canada did get big, and now they're uniting. The West is starting to unite. Which Argentina and Uruguay unite to form a country. With the great unification happening with Southeast Asia, with a vote here to join China. vote in Myanmar to join India. Yeah. Not many other votes are held. I don't know what will go on with the series. Just look at it. It's kind of getting big. Well, Europe in the North American, the North American Federation and the European Federation are having some issues getting along. Despite the fact that the real leader of this is the United India. And thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. Please subscribe. We're trying to get 50 subscribers. We are currently at 48 subscribers, so that's 2 away from 50. But I can easily get there because 74% of people who are watching my videos are not subscribed. So, if you're not subscribed, it would be very helpful if you subscribed because, well, it would be very great for the channel's growth. Yeah, and it would give me 100 or viewers all over the world can subscribe too. Everyone can subscribe. And look at me, unique viewers I have, like 57. Yeah. Returning viewers. Or more new viewers than returning viewers. So, please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. And for the real one, Wild Mapper out.